You need to have clear goals, okay? You can't hit the target if you don't know where your target is or what your target is. You need to have some goals in your life, goals that are long-term, 5, 10 years out, just keeping those high level. You don't need to worry about too much of the nitty-gritty of all of that, but just know at least where you want to be in your life. All right, YouTube fam, what is up today? So I've gotten a couple requests to do a video talking about some daily habits that you can actually utilize on a consistent basis in order to be growing 1% better every single day. So this idea of getting 1% better every single day, I learned this originally from James Clear in the book Atomic Habits. And really what it says is that if you get 1% better at something every single day for the course of a year, by the end of that year, you're actually going to be 37 times better at that thing just because you were stacking those 1% improvements on each other every single day. Just like compound interest works with money, where if you're consistently investing money, even small bits over time on a consistent basis with the market, it's going to compound on itself. So what's happening is you invest a little bit and then that grows 1%. And then you invest a little bit more on that, and now there's a bigger sum of money that's going to grow 1%. And then you continue making those investments. Now there's bigger sums that are still growing at that 1%, but it's 1% of a larger number. And so each time you're growing more and more and more. And so it's like this exponential growth curve that just goes up and up. I actually think I have, something like it here, right? So rather than something that's linear, 1% improvements over time, you're getting better and better and better and better and better, and it's compounding. And this is how you get that exponential growth. So you could do this in your life, and you could do this with any skill that you have. You can also do this just on your own confidence. So if you don't feel confident in yourself, if you have trouble expressing yourself authentically and approaching different people and communicating really well and all of these different things in your life and experiencing self-love, like things like this, you can get 1% better at these things every single day, and it's going to go a long way. So in terms of self-improvement, I made a reel on this over on my Instagram, but I want to dive a little bit deeper here on YouTube. Now, for anyone that's new here, my name is Ben Clark, and I am a conscious confidence coach. I help people awaken, unblock, and expand the natural confidence that's already within them. So if you struggle with confidence, anxiety, people-pleasing, overthinking, low self-esteem, any of these things, you're going to want to go hit the subscribe button right now, because I drop content that's better than just about anything else on any social platform in terms of helping you build true, deep, unshakable confidence in yourself. So a few years ago, about 4 years ago now, is when I really started my self-improvement journey. This was really when I started diving inward on myself and working on me, not focusing all of my energy outward on other people, but diving inward and really improving the things about myself that for so long I didn't like about myself. I struggled with discipline. I struggled with confidence. I struggled with self-love. I struggled with having all of these healthy habits in my life that allowed me to feel good about myself, to love myself, right? I was giving so much to other people, and I was in these loops of self-sabotage where I was always watching Netflix or porn or eating unhealthy or not exercising or all of these different things. And when I really started diving in to working on me, that was really when I got momentum going in my life and was able to start building the base for really sustainable, positive change. So what you need to be doing in terms of working on yourself. See, you really don't need to do that much. A lot of people get overwhelmed thinking they have to do this and do that, and do this and do that, right? But if we can stick with some basic foundational things and just work 1% on these every single day, just a little bit better every single day, we're going to see that exponential growth over the long term. But the key is being disciplined and staying consistent. And so I could share all of these things with you, but if you don't stay consistent with them, if you're not actually doing them, if you just listen to this video and then just put it away and then never come back to any of these things, if you don't take action, then there's nothing I can do, right? I can't do the work for you. That's something that I tell all of my clients that I work with. At the end of the day, you have to start showing up for yourself. Now, the beautiful thing about when I'm working one-on-one with people is that I'm going to hold you accountable, right? We're going to stay in touch on a consistent basis. We're going to have our coaching calls. You're going to go through the program, all of that stuff. So we're actually going to be able to make progress in the right direction very quickly because of not only the framework that my clients have for building confidence, but also the accountability I provide. So if working with me one-on-one on your confidence is something you're interested in, I'll drop some links down in the bio for you to explore and learn more about how you can apply to work with me. So the first thing that I think that everyone needs to start doing, and to be totally honest with you, these are really in no particular order, but I truly think that one of the first things that you need to start doing in order to start really improving 1% every single day is eating healthier. If you are not eating healthy, or at least eating healthier than you are right now, if you're not eating some clean, organic whole foods, you're going to be limiting the amount of growth that you're going to experience because those unhealthy foods are really going to be not only releasing dopamine out of your system because you're eating this thing that's really easy to get, that's giving you a quick reward, it tastes really good, and that dopamine is actually what drives motivation. So you're not only going to be less motivated, you're going to overall have less energy in your system because these unhealthy foods are going to have an inherent amount of less energy than the unhealthy foods, right? We got to think about it. We're biological creatures that evolved for thousands and millions of years in the wild, eating clean organic food right from the earth. Just like any animal that's out there living in the forest, they're not eating stuff that's sprayed with pesticides, that has a bunch of seed oil in it, that's added sugar and flavors and dyes and all of this bullshit. That's all just constructed by us as humans to make things taste better, to make things cheaper, all of that. But it's actually really detrimental to our body. So first thing we got to do, start eating healthy. Remember, 1% makes a huge difference. So it doesn't have to be you change your whole diet. Just remove one unhealthy thing, add one healthy thing, right? Something small. Drinking more water. Most people nowadays, honestly, just do not drink enough water. We are 75%-ish or something like that water, okay? Our brain is primarily water. When we're going to bed at night and we're breathing all night long without drinking, we're evaporating so much water from our system, and our brain literally needs so much water in order to function properly. So does our whole body. So one of the things that I'm doing is every single morning as a part of my morning routine, one of the first things that I do is I take a glass of water, I fill it up. It's already actually full from the night before. I chug that, I fill that up again, I chug that, and then I fill it halfway and I chug that. It's about 30 ounces of water. So immediately in the morning, I'm refreshing my whole body and my brain with the water that I evaporated overnight through sleep. But throughout the day, I'm always consistently drinking water. It's sitting on my desk, and I built the habit of drinking a lot of water. We are so much water, right? And water is a huge part that drives life. And so if you're not consuming water, if you're only consuming coffee or sugary drinks like energy drinks, Celsius, all of that stuff, you're just getting so much artificial shit in you that's just so unnecessary. So just drink a little bit more water, moving daily, okay? This is going to go right in line with eating healthy and drinking more water, right? We evolved for millions of years outside in the wild. We are actually wild animals. We're just humans. We have the ability to think logically and create these constructs and stories and all of this. But at our core, we're still biological creatures. Our bodies are meant to move. They're meant to go out and search for food, forage, hunt, run around, build shelter, all of these things. That's what we're really evolved to do to survive out in the world. We're not designed to just sit on the couch, sit on a chair, sit in the car, and not exercise. Our bodies are very, very, very much primed to go move consistently. So even if it's just a 5-minute walk a day, that goes so far, okay? Investing in yourself. Most people are so afraid to spend money, actually, a lot of people have no problem going and buying themselves something nice, buying video games, buying unhealthy food, buying this or that, right? New shoes, new clothes, all of this. But so many people won't go buy a book to read and learn something. You won't buy a course online because it's too expensive, right? Part of it is probably also because you know that you're not going to hold yourself accountable and have the discipline to actually go through it. But You're afraid to invest in yourself. You're afraid to spend all this money on you, on skills, on people that can help you bridge the gap from where you are to where you want to go, right? I mean, in today's day and age, everyone talks about investing in the stock market, right? The S&P 500, your Roth IRA, your 401k, but nobody's talking about investing in your own skills, right? I mean, they talk about investing hundreds of thousands or tens of thousands of dollars into college to a degree to go get a job, but it's like, okay, that gets me a job that makes me half happy-ish, maybe I'm just getting by, all of that, versus you could go pay someone to learn a high-income skill, like, say, closing on, like becoming a closer for, like, sales calls, and then you could go work for a company and just close their high-ticket sales, and then you make a commission off of that. So if they're selling it for $10,000 and you're making a 10% commission, every time you close one of those deals, you're making $1,000, and now you have the freedom. You could do cold calls all day, you could outreach, you could buy leads, all of this stuff, and all of a sudden, every call you close, you're making $1,000. You could do 5 of those a week, $5,000 a week. You're making $20K a month, right? People don't tell you these things, but you could literally go invest. You're probably gonna have to invest $5, $10, $15,000 into a coach that's gonna teach you how to do that. But then suddenly you're making 10, 15, 20K a month. You could pay that investment off, right? Or you could just slowly put away your money into the S&P 500 and maybe make 6, 7, 8% year over year. And over time, you're making a few thousand, $10,000, $100,000 on that investment over a course of a few decades. Or you can just invest in someone that's going to help you build the skills, help you get to where you want to go so much quicker because they've already done it themselves. They built a framework around helping you do that, right? And I'm not just saying that because I'm a coach and I help people actually build this unshakable confidence in themselves that, I mean, most people that are watching this, I'm going to be totally honest with you guys, most people that are watching this that struggle with confidence, that don't really love themselves, like all these things, you're going to not really show up for half of this. You're going to slowly maybe make some progress year over year. You're going to watch all this. You're going to know that I can help you, or at least maybe in some sense believe like, wow, this guy's actually got something to share, but you're not going to ever invest in yourself. You're never going to take that next step, right? But for the people that are ready and that do want to, I'm here, man, and I'm ready to actually help you achieve the thing that you want, which is unshakable confidence in yourself. But most people, this is just the truth, guys. Most people have just been so conditioned to think that spending thousands of dollars in themselves or in someone else is a scam, or it's not going to work, or it's too expensive, or all this. But it's like you have to realize you've been trapped in a paradigm that's actually just keeping you stuck in where you're at. And it's about expanding that, stepping into the world where money actually, it can flow better in yourself, and it can flow better through life, and you can spend it and you can receive it in a much, much larger scale. So all that's to say, investing in yourself, like buying books, buying courses, buying coaches or paying coaches, paying for therapy, all that stuff is going to be really, really beneficial. So invest in yourself. You're going to build skills that over time the ROIs in the stock market are just, you're never going to be able to compare. You might get 6, 7, 8% in the stock market, but you're going to get 50, 100, 200% ROIs on the skills that you're building because you bring those in to your own life, right? So you're investing in yourself and you're building skills, and the amount of money that you can make because of the skills that you've been building and developing over time is exponential, right? Rather than in the stock market where you're just trying to go off, right? So meditate, right? One of the biggest things that I started doing early on in my self-improvement and my confidence and self-love journey was starting to meditate, because you have to understand that you're actually not your thoughts. You're not all of the thoughts that you're experiencing when you notice anxiety arising and the thoughts are racing and you're insecure about all yourself. Like none of that's actually you. It's just all something that you're experiencing in your experience. So like I could grab this marker right here and I'm looking at this marker and I see it and I know it's not me, right? But it's so easy for me to experience this because the market appears to be separate from me, separate from this body, right? But this is the same thing that's happening with our thoughts. We're seeing our thoughts, we're hearing our thoughts, right? But we think that they're us. We think that they define us, right? But it's really just like this marker. Those thoughts are just objects in our consciousness, the things that we're experiencing in that moment. And so meditation is really the practice of being able to start to learn how to observe your thoughts and be more present in the moment and not get so sucked into those stories. And with that, you're going to find much more ease of mind, much more peace, and you're going to connect more deeply with who you truly are under all of the noise and the emotions and the stories and the narratives and the traumas and all of that. And you're going to find more and more peace and more confidence and self-love and the ability to express yourself authentically, right? I mean, the reason that I can express so easily and in so much flow in this video itself is because I'm not thinking about really what's happening. I'm not worried about who's behind the camera. What are you thinking about all of this, right? I'm just in the moment, just expressing outwards. Why? Because I really built up a big skill here of being able to observe my thoughts and detach more from them and be more in the present moment. So also, you need to have clear goals, okay? You can't hit the target if you don't know where your target is or what your target is. You need to have some goals in your life, goals that are long-term, 5, 10 years out, just keeping those high level. You don't need to worry about too much of the nitty-gritty of all of that, but just know at least where you want to be in your life, right? Do you want to retire at 65 or do you want to be financially free by 35, right? Like having these clear goals, and then you can start breaking those down into the action steps that you need to be taking over the short term. So then you can set short-term goals 3 years out, a year out, 6 months out, next month, right? This week, tomorrow. And now you're actually making steps towards these longer term goals because you've set goals, you've set a target, and now you're breaking it down and you know exactly what you need to do. A lot of people really struggle to develop real clarity in their life. That's one of the first things that I do when I'm working with my clients. It's something that I'm going to help you do in my mini course as well, Authentic Expression Accelerator, which is going to be dropped in the link below as well. Something where you need to start tuning into what your purpose is on this planet. What is your reason for being? And then you need to actually start creating a vision for yourself, a vision for the future of what you're trying to create, who it is, the version of yourself, the identity that you're stepping into, okay? Most people go through college and we pick a major and it's like, oh, this is what's going to make me money or give me status or whatever. And we're never really setting clear goals for ourselves. We're basing all of our goals off of what society or our parents or our friends or anything think that we should have. And that's just never going to fulfill you. So you need to start developing clear goals for yourself. Okay, number 7, and I don't know, I think you can see on the screen here, is question everything. We go through so much of our life just soaking everything in, taking what teachers say, what the government says, what the news says, what the things say in books, what someone like this on YouTube is saying to you, right? We just take it and we're like, oh yeah, that's the truth, right? But you have to realize that so much of these things are actually just being programmed. Like the news, when you're watching the news, you think that that's truth. It's completely false. You have a team of people that is literally their whole job, what they study, their skill is marketing, copywriting, okay? It's not actually really sharing the news as much as it is hooking you in, making you feel some sort of emotion, inciting fear in you, like all of these different things that's just sucking you into these stories, and they're manipulating it in so many ways that are making you believe certain things that are just not true, especially this is the larger system at whole, okay? So questioning everything, just don't take everything for exactly what it is. Even the things that I'm sharing with you in this video, question these things. Don't just take my word for it. Apply what I'm sharing with you into your own life and see if it makes a positive impact, right? Do your own research when you're listening to things and you're following people on social media. Like questioning everything, having this curious mind is going to actually empower you to get the right answers over time that align with you and help you actually become the best version of yourself. Okay, number 8 then is read books. Leaders are readers. And this goes along, right? Investing in yourself. Like go buy books or go to the library and go pick up books that are going to help you learn and grow. Like a book itself, I mean, I don't know if you guys can see, but I've got stacks of books, okay? Like a book itself, right? I mean, this is 400 pages, right? From David Hawkins, Power versus Force. Highly recommend this book, by the way. But this is only like one of like 9 in the series on consciousness and spirituality and letting go and all of these things that he's wrote, right? So 400 pages. But when I read this, I'm reading decades and decades of wisdom and research that David Hawkins went through, right? Working on himself, working with clients, working with other leaders in the industry, like all the things that he's learned and embodied and became so wise of in his life, they're able to then put it into a book. And I can read that in 400 pages. I could read that in, say, a week, 2 weeks, a month, whatever it really takes. And I'm soaking in years of experience and knowledge that I don't have to then do on my own, that I could take this stuff, apply it to my own life, see what works, see what doesn't, and go from there, right? So when I started reading about 4 years ago. Growing up, I always hated it. I just was so boring to me. And to be honest, to this day, I really just don't read much fiction. I'm always reading nonfiction. I'm always learning things, taking in the wisdom from others. So if you want to grow and improve and really become a leader in your life and make more money, build deep relationships, like build your intellect, all these things, you got to be reading. And then lastly here, I've got number 9. I don't even think you could see it, but it's follow Ben Clark 10 on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. Subscribe here on the YouTube channel. Go smash that like button on this video if you got some value from this and you actually are going to go out and take action from the things that you learned in this video. Go drop a comment below. Let me know what you thought. Let me know if you agree or disagree with anything that I shared today. Let me know what kind of videos you want to see in the future. Go over, follow me on Instagram as well, because I'm posting really, really consistently on there, on my stories, on the reels, providing just massive, massive value to you guys. Okay, I appreciate you all so much. This has been a journey and an honor to be able to build an audience of people that I can serve and help you. If you are not confident in yourself, I know that I can help you become unshakably confident, and I'm just happy to be able to serve you, and I'm happy that you are here. And if you made it to the end of this video, I want to send so much love and positive energy, grateful energy, and confident energy your way and into you. I hope you feel that, and I hope you can receive that in your heart. Until next time, I'll see you later. Stay well.